What if the anti-aging smoothie you drink every morning, the one that promises radiant skin, smoother joints, and youthful energy, is actually quietly speeding up the very thing you're trying to slow down? What if that subtle morning glow, that sense of doing the right thing, was actually your body screaming for help through inflammation, insulin spikes, and silent damage beneath the surface? I'm Dr. Aidan Szabo. I've spent over 2 decades working with seniors, caregivers, and wellness-focused adults who are just like you. People who want to age well, stay active, and feel like themselves without depending on prescriptions that often do more harm than good. And if I've learned one thing, it's this: not all health advice is created equal. Just because something is natural, just because it's trending on Facebook or recommended by a health coach or labeled organic at the store, does not mean it's safe, especially for the aging body. Before we go further, do me a quick favor. Pause this video and comment below where you're tuning in from. This community is global, and every time someone shares their location, it reminds us that this journey toward better health, it's something we're all walking together. And hey, if you're here because you want to take control of your aging process, if you want to protect your mind, your joints, your heart, your independence, all through smarter, safer choices, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button now. Because what I'm about to reveal, it shocked me, even as a doctor. You see, not long ago I stumbled onto a wildly popular smoothie recipe. It was everywhere: Pinterest, YouTube, Facebook groups, you name it. It had the perfect buzzwords: anti-inflammatory, anti-aging, skin glowing, gut-friendly. It looked beautiful. It tasted even better. And it came with claims that made me pause. Rejuvenates collagen, boosts metabolism, promotes joint comfort. The reviews were glowing. I thought, why not? So I did what many of you probably have done. I gave it a shot. Every morning for 30 days, I blended it. I drank it. I even started recommending it to my older clients who were trying to avoid processed supplements. And for a little while, it felt like it was working. My skin looked brighter. My energy picked up. My morning walks were smoother. I thought I had found the secret. But then, something shifted. It started small, a little more brain fog in the afternoon. Then the stiffness in my knees returned. I noticed my hands would puff up slightly, especially after meals. I brushed it off as stress, or aging, or maybe poor sleep. But the symptoms kept adding up. Until one morning, I sat down with my latest blood panel, and my jaw dropped. Fasting glucose, up. C-reactive protein, up. Triglycerides climbing. Joint pain markers, all elevated. This smoothie, the one designed to make me younger, was quietly aging me faster. Today, I'm going to tell you exactly what happened, why it matters to you, and how to protect yourself before it's too late. By the end of this video, you'll understand why the ingredients in most anti-aging smoothies are completely wrong for people over 60. The 3 ingredients I will never touch again. How to listen to your body's early warning signs before your labs do it for you. And the one natural sweetener that may be sabotaging your metabolism without you even noticing. Stick around, because in just a few minutes I'll name the ingredient that triggered everything for me, and why I believe it should come with a warning label for seniors. Let's get into it. This smoothie wasn't some obscure recipe from a dusty corner of the internet. It was everywhere. Pinterest boards labeled "Youth in a Cup." YouTube videos titled "Drink this every morning to look 10 years younger." Facebook wellness groups overflowing with selfies. Day 5 of my collagen smoothie. Look at my glow. It was the holy grail of natural anti-aging. Even women from my church group were raving about it. These are smart, grounded women, grandmothers, caregivers, people who read nutrition labels and shop organic. So when they said it worked, I listened. The recipe seemed flawless. A handful of organic spinach, packed with vitamins A and C. Half a frozen banana, for texture and potassium. Unsweetened almond milk, low-cal, dairy-free. A scoop of premium marine collagen, the kind influencers say promotes skin elasticity. And finally, a generous swirl of agave nectar, marketed as low glycemic, gut-friendly, and perfect for people watching their blood sugar. It looked healthy, it tasted sweet, and it felt safe. Better than safe, it felt virtuous. Each morning I'd wake up, blend it, and feel like I was doing something powerful for my body. No pills, no pain, just plants and powders. I started to notice little changes. Or maybe I wanted to. Was my skin a little smoother? Was I standing taller? Was it placebo? Was it real? I didn't care. I felt like I was on the right track. Why it matters. This is where the trap is. For those of us in our 60s or 70s, we've been told for decades, natural equals safe. We trust our instincts. We trust home remedies. We trust the wisdom of the body. But the truth is, even healthy foods can turn toxic, depending on how your body metabolizes them. And as we age, that metabolism shifts drastically. Let's take the banana, a seemingly harmless fruit. It's high in fructose and starch, which hits the bloodstream faster than most people realize. For someone in their 30s, no big deal. But for someone over 60 with slightly diminished insulin sensitivity, that sugar hits harder and lingers longer. Then there's agave, the so-called diabetic-safe sweetener. Here's the problem. Agave is almost entirely fructose. That means it doesn't spike blood sugar the same way table sugar does. But it devastates the liver. It's processed in the liver exclusively, where it gets converted to fat, raises triglycerides, and increases inflammation in joints, brain tissue, and the gut. And collagen? It's a good thing in theory. But most over-the-counter collagen powders are loaded with binders, additives, artificial flavoring, and sometimes even sneaky sugar alcohols. They may help your skin, while wrecking your digestion, or throwing off your microbiome if not properly absorbed. But no one talks about that, because this smoothie had all the buzzwords: clean, keto-friendly, doctor recommended, good for your gut. It felt like doing self-care, but it was slowly becoming self-sabotage. How it backfired. At first, the symptoms were quiet. That's the scariest part. I was a little more tired than usual. But I was still walking, still teaching, still social. I blamed it on poor sleep or too much screen time. Then, I noticed the brain fog. I couldn't recall names as quickly. I was rereading the same paragraph twice. That scared me. Cognitive clarity is something I work hard to protect. Then came the swelling in my fingers, the kind that makes you take off your wedding ring halfway through the day. I couldn't open jars. My knees clicked louder. My hands felt hot, tight, stiff, like they belonged to someone else. That's when I ran my labs. I'll never forget sitting in front of the results. Fasting glucose, up 28 points from my last baseline. C-reactive protein, CRP, up, a direct marker of systemic inflammation. Triglycerides, elevated, pointing straight to liver stress. Homocysteine, up, a risk marker for heart and cognitive decline. And I hadn't changed anything else in my diet or lifestyle. Just the smoothie. I brought it to my doctor. We reviewed every ingredient, and I remember him saying, "You're eating like a health guru, but your labs look like you're pre-diabetic." That was the moment I realized. The smoothie wasn't the solution. It was the problem. Agave. Sounds healthy, right? Natural. Plant-based. Lower glycemic index. But here's what they don't tell you. Why it matters. Agave is fructose heavy. Unlike glucose, fructose is metabolized in the liver, meaning it doesn't raise blood sugar right away. But it stresses your liver, raises triglycerides, and causes hidden inflammation. How it hit me. My joints felt older. I was foggier in the mornings. I thought I was just getting old. But it wasn't age, it was chemistry. When I cut the agave and swapped in cinnamon and berries instead, my labs improved in 6 weeks. I felt sharper. My skin looked brighter. It wasn't magic. It was metabolic truth. For years, I followed the trend. Scoop of collagen in the morning, into coffee, smoothies, you name it. I saw the ads, read the reviews. Everyone said it was the key to glowing skin, strong joints, and graceful aging. So I did what most of us do. I bought the hype. But here's the truth nobody tells you. Not all collagen is created equal, and some of it might be doing more harm than good. I was using a big brand collagen powder. Pretty packaging. Promised results. But something felt off. I started noticing weird changes. My energy dipped. My digestion felt off. And strangely, my nails, which were supposed to be stronger, were actually more brittle. That's when I did some digging. Turns out, many store-bought collagens are cut with fillers, flavorings, and hidden sugars. Some are sourced from factory-farmed animals or processed with harsh chemicals. The worst part, a few even spike insulin levels without you realizing it. So while you think you're doing something healthy, your body is quietly waving a white flag. I felt betrayed, frustrated, like I'd been tricked by fancy labels and influencer promises. So I stopped everything, wiped the slate clean. I started fresh, with one commitment: only put into my body what it can actually use. I switched to a clean, unflavored collagen from 100% grass-fed sources. No artificial sweeteners, no mystery ingredients, just the real deal. And I didn't just toss it into random drinks. I paired it with healing liquids, like warm bone broth or anti-inflammatory turmeric tea. The result? Within a few weeks, I noticed a shift. My nails grew in stronger, no more cracking at the edges. I didn't wake up feeling stiff or creaky. And that post-lunch slump I used to blame on age? Gone. But the biggest shift wasn't just physical. It was mental. Because now I was in control. I wasn't chasing trends. I was listening to my body, and it was finally responding. That's when I created what I call my 3-3-3 smoothie rule, and honestly, it changed everything. It's simple. 3 ingredients from each group: real greens, healthy fats, clean proteins, no weird powders, no exotic berries flown in from who knows where. Just food my body knows what to do with. My current go-to? Half an avocado for creaminess and fat. A handful of frozen blueberries for antioxidants. And unsweetened almond milk as a smooth, neutral base. Sometimes I spice it up with cinnamon or turmeric, both powerful anti-inflammatories. That's it. Blend, sip, feel the difference. And you will feel it, because your body finally isn't wasting energy trying to decode what you just fed it. See, the older we get, the more our body craves clarity over complexity. Trendy powders and 20-ingredient blends, they're more about marketing than health. But when you strip it back, when you choose quality over quantity, you give your body what it's really been asking for. Nourishment it can recognize, fuel it can use, support it can trust. So if you've been doing everything right but still feel off, it might not be your age. It might just be your collagen. Start with one change. Clean it up. Simplify. Then give your body a chance to surprise you. Because when you choose better, not more, your body remembers how to thrive. I believed the promise that a vibrant smoothie, packed with trendy powders and labeled with all the right buzzwords, clean, plant-based, anti-aging, could help me turn back the clock. And for a while, I told myself it was working. But underneath the surface, I was running on confusion. My digestion was off. My energy crashed after meals. My joints still ached, even after that miracle blend. And the worst part? I started blaming myself. Maybe I'm just getting old. Maybe this is normal. Maybe nothing works anymore. But that wasn't the truth. The truth was hidden in one ingredient I almost missed. No, not just agave, though that's a sneaky one. The real culprit was confusion, the overload of health advice, the pressure to try everything, the noise that drowned out the one voice that mattered, my own. That smoothie wasn't just sweetened with sugar. It was sweetened with promises. Promises that made me ignore what my body was actually telling me. And here's what it took me too long to realize. You don't need a 10-step wellness routine to feel better. You don't need powders you can't pronounce. You don't need to follow influencers half your age with a metabolism you don't recognize anymore. You just need this: simplicity, quality, and the bravery to trust your body again. Because the moment I stripped it all down, when I stopped chasing every label, every trend, every influencer tip, and when I started listening to what felt good, to what worked, to what my body actually responded to, that's when everything started to shift. No more stiffness every morning. No more crashing halfway through the day. No more doubting if I was too late. So if you felt overwhelmed, if you've been trying everything and wondering why nothing's clicking, it's not you. It's the noise. And once you clear that noise, you'll be amazed at how smart your body still is. So now, I want to hear from you. Drop a comment below and answer this. What's one small health change you've made lately that surprised you? It could be skipping your late-night snack, adding collagen to tea instead of coffee, walking for 5 minutes after lunch. Whatever it is, share it. Because when you speak your truth, you give someone else the courage to trust theirs. And if you're nodding along thinking, this is what I've been needing, then stick with me. I made a follow-up video where I break down 3 supplements I personally tested, the ones that actually helped ease my joint pain, improve my mobility, and support recovery. None of them are hyped. None of them come with influencer discounts. But they work. And I break down exactly why. That video is linked right below. Go watch it next. You'll thank yourself later. And listen, if this video gave you even one helpful insight, tap subscribe, because this channel isn't about selling you perfection. It's about helping you return to trust. Trust in your body. Trust in your instincts. Trust that it's never too late to feel alive again. Every week, we dive into smarter habits, overlooked wellness truths, and simple changes that create real transformation, without the overwhelm. So if you're ready to stop chasing the hype, and start reclaiming your strength, your clarity, and your energy, you're in the right place. Remember, drink smarter, not sweeter. Eat slower, not stricter. And most of all, age louder, not quieter. I'll see you in the next one.